Oh yes, you're such a healthy girl. She's my partner. She's always the one that has to go. Duke, he likes his... Duke's actually my daughter's dog. And he likes his girl. He goes with me because he doesn't like being left at home because he knows that Bailey's going to school. And so he goes with me. But when he gets home and she's home, he leaves me in the dust. But this is my girl. Me and her get along pretty good. She has to be with me. She just has to go everywhere. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So anyway, me and Daisy here, we're working on a guy's pickup. It's a 2013 Dodge with 6.7 Cummins in it. And he lost the turbo actuator, lost communication with it. Just going to show the steps here. Actually, this dude, I met him off YouTube. He's from Merrill, Oregon, so it's kind of cool. Anyway, so what you want to do here, I've got an Autel MS906. I also have a Texa diagnostic scanner, the Texa will do it too. But I'm going to use the Autel. I like the Texa using it too, but actually if I'm doing just like a turbo actuator, it's quicker if I do the Autel. The Texa, it takes a while for, well, it's not the Texa itself, it's the laptop I've got it on. It takes a while for it to boot up. I got to get a different laptop with a solid state drive, one that's quicker. Anyway, so go to engine control module, of course choose your vehicle and what you're going to be working on. Go to special functions. Okay, turbo actuator pre-align self-calibrate. Okay. So Days, what you doing, babe? Anyway, so come over here. That's the tube of grease. I was greasing up the gear for the actuator. Put some grease on your gear there. Okay, so you got this tool here. Okay, it's gonna go in. I'll show you. Okay, there's two holes in there for the bolts, where the actuator bolts to it too. You'll see an arrow, you can see that on the tool. It says installation position. This is the arm on your turbo actuator. And I'm going to tell you right now, you don't need that tool that comes with the kit. You don't need it. Okay, just like an ISX Cummins, I work on trucks and tractors and all kinds of things for you guys that are just watching this. So back here behind on the base of the actuator, you'll see a hole. You can barely see half of the hole right there. Okay, you want the hole in the arm. You can see the hole in the arm. Just move it over all the way till it stops, and both those holes will be lined up. And that's your installation. And then plug your actuator in like so. It's plugged in right now. Make sure you grease your gears. Now we'll come over here and use the software to pre-align it. You have to pre-align it. Don't try to pre-align it after you already bolted it on. You'll damage the actuator. Okay. So click on pre-align. Make sure your key's on. Okay, let's read this. This function combined with the service literature available in section 9. I'm not sure where section 9 is in this thing. Engine or documentation provided with each new actuator instructs you through steps required to replace the electronic actuator of the variable geometry turbo. Caution, before continuing, please make sure that the coolant has been, look how they spell coolant, C-O-L-A-N-T, has been partially drained, and the VG should be VG actuator has been, should be VGT actuator, but I guess it could just be VG actuator, variable geometry, has been removed from the turbocharger. If the removal step is not completed before continuing, failure of the actuator will occur. Caution, the turbocharger VG actuator must be removed from the turbocharger to perform this function. Okay, the kit comes with a couple guide studs. I don't use them on these. I don't know if Cummins puts this turbo on other applications. I'm sure they do, that have a 6.7 in them, like in a truck, to where you have access. Those two guide studs are the long ones. They should go down here in the bottom holes, But with the shock tower in the way, you got to put the bottom 2 bolts in first before you know, proceed on, because you can't get them in if you get the actuator lined up. So stick your 2 top bolts in there. I need to get my hat so I can put the camera on the bill of it. Whatever I did with that. I don't remember what I did with it. Put it in the toolbox right here. I'm sorry, my wife's buying a pickup and I've been getting alerts on my phone through my credit deal and stuff that there's been a change to my account, and well, I've been trying to make this video and it's been kind of chaotic, sorry. But it should just kind of go right on there. Something didn't move in all the chaos. Make sure our gear's still in the right spot. Okay, we're on. And I don't know if you guys can see, the camera's up against my arm. I'm trying, I really am. I'll look up the torque specs on this and put them in the description below, because I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm going to have to look them up. Okay, I got all the bolts finger tight in it. Just make sure that it's sitting flush against the housing and it's not, you know, got a gap there before you start pressing it down. This is hard camera duty back here in this hole, but she looks good, so now what we'll do, we'll go over here and press. Okay. The turbocharger pre-aligned self-calibrated completed. Okay. So, go back to codes, read codes. This code should see it's stored. So the turbocharger supercharger boost control module position exceeded learning limit. It was active before. So escape, erase codes. So now you should be able to go back into read codes. It should not be there. No fault codes detected. So let me tighten those bolts down. I'll put the torque specs in the description below, and we're going to start it. Okay guys, before I pour the antifreeze in these, I like to make sure that I don't have any faults with the actuator. That's blinking. Let's see. Engine coolant level low. Okay. So I thought, I got a problem. Anyway, we'll go to the live data. Go down here to the very bottom, the VGT. Actuator commanded percent closed, 85. So we should start this up and see movement. It should be varying. It's varying, so we're good to go. Alright guys, so as you can see, we got no codes now. And when you start these Dodges up in the mornings, the VGT will close on you and go to like 85, 88. Let's look and see where it's at when it's cold. Go to live data. And what that does, it holds back pressure in the engine. It's kind of like the same theory of operation as like the old 7.3 Power Strokes, where it had exhaust back pressure control valve that was on the on those turbos. It would close that wastegate off, so it felt more back pressure on the turbo or on the exhaust system to hold more heat into the engine to make them warm up quicker. But his problem was is that he had the code in there, and then it never would open up. It was always on. When you hit that throttle, like right now, we're at 87% duty cycle. It's closed. So let's go. Rev the throttle up. It should. That's what you want right there, see? You'll know when you got an actuator problem and it won't ever move off 85%. And I see a lot of guys, you know, doing deletes on the trucks, on the ISX Cummins, on the semis. Well, it doesn't make any sense to do a VGT delete on. If you do a VGT delete on your truck, you're losing your exhaust brake. You're losing the, you know, that's how your exhaust brake, that's part of your exhaust brake system on your truck. And those exhaust brakes on those ISXs work awesome in conjunction with your VGT turbo. So I don't know why guys do that, but just a little side note on that. Okay, this thing's done. I changed his crankcase filter too as well. I gotta give him the old one because he's gonna get rid of that pile of shit. Plug his programmer back in, make sure his edge boots back up. Alright guys, well that's a VGT actuator installation on a 2013 Dodge with a 6.7 Cummins.